Hello, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and I am here to show you a design team project for Caroline's Craft Tree. She has a YouTube, it's called Caroline's Craft Tree, and her Etsy is called Caroline's Craft Tree. So I wanted to show you what I have done with her digital kit called Fall Leaves. So this is my project. It is with a discarded library book from a high school, I believe, here locally. It is 8 inches tall, 5 1/4 inches wide. It has 3 signatures in a 1 1/2 inch spine, and it has at least 160 pages. I think it's more like 180. I have not counted them to know for sure. So I wanted to show you this today, and I wanted to also show you this is what I had left over after embellishing, and I've used the kit and then some things from my own stash. I will let you know this kit has 9 image pages. I had one left that I did not use, well, a part of 2. So I have this page that I did not use. I did use this image, but it's on vellum, not just regular paper. And then I used this one and cut some pieces out of it, which is another page. And then I have this piece of a page, which I think I'm going to make this into a journaling card and include it in the book. Same thing with this. I will finish using these and use them in the book, but I just haven't done that yet. So it'll have these few more things in there from what you see here. So what I have done is I have used an image. This is from Caroline's Craft Tree. So I've used that image on the front, and it is a pocket. And in this pocket, I have 2 paper leaves that look very fallish. And then I have a journaling card, and this is on a craft coloring book page, Tim Holtz number, Tim Holtz image, and this tab is from a periodic table of the elements. And it was a poster. I cut it up, and I have all of these little pieces, some little blank pieces I can use as labels, and then I have all of these pieces that are the elements, and I just love the numbers and the letters and the colors, and so that's what that is. So I have this whole little box now of things I can use for tabs and embellishments. So that goes in here, inside here, and then these paper leaves go in on top. I like the way that looked, so I'll just tuck those right back in there, just like that. And this is also magnetic opening, and I have over here a place for journaling, and then here is it says October. It's a 2018 calendar. That's probably when I made this postcard. It was a postcard that I collaged, and I thought it looked very fallish, so I wanted to include it. And then there's a pocket back here with this tag, and this is a tag made from a 1940s Antiques magazine, and this is an ad from that magazine that I decoupaged a napkin over, and that's a journaling spot, so that tucks right in there. This is layered on cardstock. This is an envelope cardstock, and then this cream-colored burlap. You can see, well, you really see more of the fringe than as a burlap, but it is a burlap. I've used a bit in the back as well, so you can see that. So here's the front and the spine, and then the back is like this with my little handmade label on there. I love the color of this book. Reminded me of fall, so I thought this would be a good one to use for this kit. This is closed with a yarn, almost like. It's not really yarn, but it is used for knitting, I believe, and it feels like a very comfy, warm sweater would feel. And I love the color of that. So that is what we have on the outside. So let's go take a look inside. See if I can figure out these ties here. That's the thing about doing these doubled, is getting the ties correct so you can undo it. There we go. Okay, as we go inside, we have a book plate, and this is done on just a piece of craft paper stitched around. This is an image from the kit, The Fall Leaves, which I've used as the title here, from Caroline's Craft Tree. And this book belongs to, so you've got a space to write your name there. And then I've used an image page for the cover of each signature, and I also used an image page as printed on vellum somewhere in the middle of the signature. So you'll see those as we go along. And there is the 5 background pages, the 9 image pages, and 7 ephemera pages. So lots of things to work with. So here we are, first page, called Fall Leaves. I cut this out. This was not originally on this particular page, but I believe it was on this page. And so I cut out leaves here to add up here. So I had something to ground my label. So I've added that, and that's still from Caroline's Craft Tree. I just, you know, cut it out and pasted it on. Then I have a circle pocket here, and inside this pocket I have a graph paper journaling card that is a circle. I have a little piece of, this is from a book, and this was a little piece that was left over from a bigger tag I made, so I just included it here. Then I have this little image, which is from a field guide, bird field guide book, and that's there. And this image on the pocket of this is also from that field guide. And then this is Seven Gypsies month ticket. And it has September. I was going to put October in here. I couldn't find it. I know it's here somewhere, but now I can't find it. So it's got September. Anyway, this is one of the background pages. I printed the pages on 24-pound high-quality paper, and then I coffee dyed each thing. So I wanted this to look like it was something that had been carried around for a year or so on nature walks. And so it would have notations in it so you can put the notations in there because there's lots of blank spaces to write. So we have stitched on this Fall Leaves label here, and stitching through the paper, it made this stitching on this side. And so I have rub-on, some leaf rub-ons inside that stitching on this side. And then this is just a piece of paper I had in my stash. I stitched around it. It already had this little grungy bit right here, and this is coffee dyed. This is a ring-necked pheasant, which it says right here. This is the information from the wildlife book I used. I kind of went with a wildlife nature theme on this. So this is the ring-necked pheasant, and this is the information about the ring-necked pheasant. This is just a little label I have here, and this is a rusted paper clip. Then over here, just have some mushrooms. Then over here is a narrow leaf cattail on this page, and this is the information about that under this paper clip. This is a Project Life card, just a mushroom image here, and this is from a greeting card. This is from the inside leaflet of a greeting card. I urge you not to overlook using greeting cards. I have several I've used in here, and the insides of this with the leaf is just absolutely perfect for using in here. And then the back side is blank, so you've got nice writing space. And this, don't believe this one had any writing on it, as some greetings do, but you can cover that up with a piece of paper for journaling. So I have a little collage over here, and this is a pumpkin from a ribbon, like a twill ribbon. This is Post-it notes. I've glued the last page of the Post-it note to the page, so even when you get to the last, it won't just be a blank page. It'll have a little something on it. Here I have a photograph from 1967 of this little girl with her dog. This is from Caroline's Craft Tree. It is a journaling card. I have this tucked under a collage I made with just some images that's from that nature book. And I did some stitching. I've left threads. I love this. This journal said, leave the threads. I'm telling you, journals tell me what they want. This one said, leave the threads. If you don't like the threads, then you can clip those off and none's the worse for wear. So I'm leaving them. And if you purchase this journal, which will be in my Etsy shop, then you can remove those threads if you don't like them. Here is another image from Caroline's Craft Tree, and I will leave her information in the description box below. So it's got several, I think it's got 4 pockets. I've used 3 of them. And then this is a Tim Holtz piece of ephemera, and this is a silk leaf from a silk flower arrangement. This is the craft coloring paper, having a little die cut of, or a punch of a dragonfly here. This is another little image, fussy cut image from Caroline's Craft Tree. Make a little tab up here. This is rub-on leaves. Here is the vellum page of one of the image sheets from the kit. It's called Fall Leaves. I love how the vellum did. I'm gonna have to do that more. It's the first time I've done it. I've torn pages, not all of the pages, but I've torn some of the pages. I like that look. I like the tattered look. And with the Coffee Date pages, I like the vintage look. Just a little label there. This is from a coloring book that I got actually from the Dollar Tree several years ago. And I coffee dyed this and tore the edges. Love this little fox. He's so cute. This is a little stitched area from what I stitched on the other side, and this is rub-on leaves here, and this is where I stitched on, and this is a rub-on on fabric. So you can see the edges of the fabric there, and I left the threads, like I said. But that, I love how that looks, and this is the other side of the vellum image sheet. A little stamping here that says fall coming soon. Some faux stamps here. Here is another pocket from Caroline's Craft Tree, Fall Leaves, with a map from Tim Holtz in there. Some collaging here with a mushroom sticker. The stitching from here is showing through here. Have a stamp here, and this is one of my favorites. It says, "It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see," and that's Henry David Thoreau. This is the other side of the greeting card insert, and I just put a vellum leaf sticker on there. This is stamping with this little leaf stamp. I just did it in 2 different colors. I wanted it to look sort of like weeds. This is journaling spot that is made with a journaling card from Caroline's Craft Tree. I just fussy cut it out and used it on this page. I've made these these are little metal rim tags that I had that were in colors that matched, and it's coffee dyed and then added to a piece of twine to, and then that's stapled on, and that's just for a little embellishment there. Stamping here. My husband gets in the mail several things a year from the National Parks Conservation Association, and because I was doing a nature theme, I thought with this nice big window, it'd be nice to have that as a pocket. And on this envelope from Target, the seed packet envelope, this is an image that I fussy cut from one of the image pages from Caroline's Craft Tree. So I don't have an extra one to show you what the page looks like, but it was a full page. I have it in here on vellum. So I just fussy cut that out and had her attached to this envelope. Nothing in the envelope. That is for you to put something in should you like to. And then this is, again, another greeting card, a thank you card, actually. And I just covered up the thank you with some art scrap and a Tim Holtz number. And then this is from Caroline's Craft Tree, some more art scrap. And then I just used a piece of craft paper, packing paper, to cover up the sentiment that was inside, and now you have a journaling card, or a journaling folio, if you will. So that tucks in there. And this is the other side of one of the image pages. And I left this blank. That's a good place to journal. You can put a label there. You can do all kinds of things there. You can do some more rub-ons there if you want. So like I said, each signature starts with an image page from Caroline's Craft Tree. Fall leaves. This is the background page from that. This is an image from a catalog. I thought that was very cute. It's on book page, and it's on another one of those inserts of the cards. I have a lot of cards that are the same because a friend of mine had some. He's an auctioneer, and he closed out a party shop, and so I had packets of cards that are the same. So I'm using those up as I can. This is a stamp of a feather inside the stitching that is around this image. Some stickers here, some stitching here where it is sewing this little tuck spot on. And this is just images from books that I've added in. And this is an envelope from Caroline's Craft Tree. I don't have anything in the envelope. Again, that is for you to add anything that you wish, but I sort of wanted this to look like it had come from the mail. So I sort of made that look like that, I hope. And that's tucked right in there. This is a tag that I made. I used a time card to back it with, and this is, the background is bleeding tissue. The floral image is is a pressed flower from my yard that I decoupaged on. So all of that is tucked in there. And then here, we have stamping here. This is just an envelope that I thought fit in nicely. And I put this in, and the flap of the envelope, you will see on the other side, will have more of this napkin decoupage. And I left it as a flap, and I'll explain that when we get to it. But I've opened it at the top. And so I closed it here where you normally would get into the envelope because the flap is further back in here. And I opened it at the top to put a tag in. So this is the tag that I have, that the little bitty piece of came off the bottom is in the front. So that tucks right there. And then this is a piece of trim that I have. That's these little daisy flowers. I just color brown, thought it would look good with this. The butterfly, like here, it was already on the envelope. Napkin decoupage. Now here is a stitched leaf. You can tell that that's stitched. That's a stitched leaf. First time I've ever tried this. It worked pretty well. But it is a skeleton leaf that I stitched around through the paper so that I would have the leaf image on the other side. And I think that turned out pretty well. My mother would be proud. I can't make clothes. I was terrible at sewing on fabric. But I'm not too bad sewing on paper. She would either be proud or horrified. I'm not sure which. Here is the image page where I took the lady off, fussy cut the lady out, and put on the envelope. So this is the whole sheet and what that looks like. And this is on vellum. And then we have some lace here with numbers and a sticker. Stamping here, and I stamped and then used watercolor pencil to color in the leaf. This is the image from the nature book that I'm using to bring in the nature part of this thing. And this is another journaling spot from Caroline's Craft Tree. Tuck that in there. And the pocket is made from a 1-month planner book that I got at the thrift store. Some other pages. This page is from that too. Just another little lace and sticker and just a little label there. I did a circle punch and made this little tab stitched around this page. And I did an eyelet in here because I wanted to put fall right here. And then you can roll that up and you can do a little bit of hidden journaling there. Maybe a secret wish or a secret dream. And you also could journal on the back of this card, of this little fall card, if you wanted to. And then you can have a little bit of secret journaling that no one will be the wiser. And then this is a tracking mood tracker from this 1-month planner book that I got at the Goodwill, I believe it was. I loved the colors in this, and even though it is a floral, you do see some flowers in the fall. Not many, but some. Then we have some more stitching here. I had this label on here first, and then I decided to stitch around what I did on the other side. But I liked how it turned out because it stitched across this bit, but left the butterfly untouched. And so I think that turned out kind of cool. And I did this later because I didn't know I wanted to add the nature book information for the things that I had as embellishment. So this is the wild turkey, and this is what the nature book said about the wild turkey. And that's how it wound up being. I already had this on when I stitched that on, but it all turned out. So we're good. And then we just have a writing space here and here, the other side of that sheet. So there's mushrooms on the other side. So that means that this sheet is where I cut the girl out that's walking through the foliage. Because there's the mushrooms. And there's the mushrooms. Then here, this is, Caroline has done a super thing here, I think. She has made these several different images that you can just fold over and put paper clip, do a hidden paper clip or a magnetic attachment, and I did it magnetic. So this is cut from one of these other sheets that I have over here, and there's a magnet here and here. And well, actually, here's a tip you might not know. I use a magnet on one side and a washer on the other side. So you don't have to use as many magnets, and washers are a lot cheaper, but it still closes just fine. Unless you really need it to be strong with 2 magnets, you can use a washer on one side, and that'll save you a little money. So I did the little leaves inside here, and I love this little fall truck. So that just clips over the page. You can attach something inside there, like that, and it'll stay just like a gem. You know, if you did a paper clip would. So I love how that looks. And you've got the image on both sides. And here's that flap from the envelope I was talking about that I am leaving open for you to attach anything that you would like to attach. So let's just say if we wanted to attach, I haven't cut these out, but if you wanted to attach just a little ticket, you could do that. If you wanted to attach some other little embellishment of some kind, it may be something that you've run across in your nature journey that you want to attach. I've left that free to do that. Now you could also take this page and put this on another page and tear this to have just a flap, and you can also then have just a flap for that. That really is kind of cool looking. So I left that for you to do with as you wish. Some stamping and coloring here. This flips out, and we have some stitching here because I stitched on this pumpkin vine that is made out of metal. So I glued it on, but then I also stitched over the middle to secure it. Love how that turned out, and it is a pocket, and we have this little Nature Conservatory card here that I've made into a journaling card. I just added some paper to the back. Actually, it's just sewing pattern paper. And this is from the craft colored coloring book. And those are tucked right in there. And then here I have, this is a page, one page from, with washi tape around it, from Tiny Tots book. And it was a little nature theme, so I thought I would include it. And this is the front side of the page. This is the back side of the page. I cut a hole out of the page and then just fit this image in and put it in with washi tape. And I like how that turned out. Here is, this is part of the greeting card again. Here is, this was I used to scrapbook, so this was a scrapbooking embellishment that was chipboard, and it was thick. So I just peeled off the top of it, and then I just glued it on the ends to make a belly band. And I think that turned out really cute. I like the way that looks. Then over here, I have a gem clip with a leaf from my yard. not sure what this is from. I don't remember because it's been in my stash a while, but I've stitched around it. I left the strings, and I have attached it right here. I think the colors go so well with this Caroline's Craft Tree fall leaf image here that I just wanted to include it. So if you buy this journal, you'll have a leaf from Georgia, because that's where I live. Another image page from the kit. Just a little label here. This is one of the background pages. And keep in mind, I coffee dyed these, so it doesn't have, so if you don't like coffee dyeing or don't want to do coffee dyeing, you don't have to. You just print out the pages and you use them as they are. Sticker here in washi tape. This is a poem called Dare to Dream. Then we have some stamping here, and I love these little stamps. These are from Stampin' Up. I found them at the thrift store, and it's these little bugs that have eyes, and this one's carrying a star, so they have little personalities. I've used some more of them further back. Some more skeleton leaves here that I just had these 3 colors that are very fall looking, and wanted to put those here, and those are decoupaged on. Writing space here. Writing space with a vellum sticker here, another vellum sticker here, washi and vellum. These are more of Caroline's images, a journaling card, and this is also a journaling card. This says, "Fall is proof that change is beautiful," and I love it. I fussy cut this out. I love it. Looks like a milk can that you'd find on the farm. So that is tucked in there. And then we have some more rub-ons that are on fabric. And that's just a fabulous thing to do, is do the rub-ons on fabric, and then I stitched that on. And that's, I stitched that and then glued it down because I did it later and I didn't want to stitch through. So you can make it look like it's stitched through just by stitching on the object and then gluing it down. And I left the strings again. This is a 1937 through, so 5 years. So this person started it in 1937 and did a few years. They didn't complete it all, but this is a diary page that I've included. And then this is another, I believe this is another greeting card piece. This is Caroline's image here. Then this is from that 1 month planner book, and that's a rub-on stitching around this. Then I have these huge, this large photo corners, and I put this here and stitched it on for a tuck spot. So we have a tuck spot on this side, and I have an image of a deer from a magazine here. And I stamped on this with my script stamp. And then this poem says, this quote says, "Everything you can imagine is real," from Pablo Picasso. So I left the strings again. And then this is also a greeting card that I just put the number up here, the number label, just to give it some interest. But that is a journaling card from a greeting card. And then this is the other side of that other piece, and there's the diary. And then here is just a blank page for writing, but I have clipped with a tiny, tiny clip from Tim Holtz this coin envelope, which is empty. So this is a sticker up here, and this is from the nature book I've been using, and that is a little bit of napkin right there. That's actually from here. So that is there. This is more journaling with napkin decoupage. A little pocket here with some homemade mushrooms. That was an inspiration from Louisa Heinzel. You go check out that. It was a December Ember. Her and 49 Dragonflies did a December Ember, and this is the result of that. I made half a dozen or so, and I think I have 2 left. But I really loved how this turned out. So go take a look at that video and see how they do that. It's really fun. I love it. Love it. Okay, so now we have 3 pockets here. This is burlap with lace, and this is a Tim Holtz image on this side. I have a tab here. This is a greeting card, a vintage greeting card on this side, and it is one of the four-fold variety. It's that vintage. You know, they don't do those anymore. And that's just, I love this little squirrel. I guess it is. No, well, raccoon maybe? Raccoon, I guess. He's got a striped tail. And that tucks right in there. And then this is a flashcard that says wildlife. Tucked in there. And then here is some more of those little insect stamps that have little faces on them. So much character. Those are cute. More, excuse me, book page images. And this is from a different book, not the same nature book that I have been using. Neither one of these are. But this is another background from Caroline. And then here are two image pages from Caroline's Craft Tree. And here I've made this. This is a stamp I have, and I've made that into a pocket. And in here I have a tag that is another rub-on on fabric. And this, you know, when you gut a book, the spine has a piece of card on it. Well, this is the card from the inside of the spine of this book. It's a part of the card. And then I've got a couple of little ticket thingies there, or little tags tucked in there. Then we have, this is another background. This one has pumpkins all over it. This is another one of Caroline's pockets. And here I just have a piece that I ripped off of something that I put in here. And I just included that. And then this is a auction tag, or some sort of tag. I had to cut it smaller, so it had a dollar sign over here. I don't remember exactly what it was for. I got them from a friend of mine. And I coffee dyed that. This is a fussy cut I cut out from one of the image pages from Caroline's Craft Tree. Playing with some Tim Holtz inks here and coffee dyeing. Here is an image from a book I like. I stitched around that, which made the stitching over here. And this is an image from a magazine. And I just wrote sunset there. Now here, I like doing these hole cutouts. So this is a see-through, and it is double-sided. So when you do it like that and open it up, it will twirl. I've used, and this is Caroline's Craft Tree image. I've used some fiber to go around the circle here. And I've used I just did some doodling and colored watercolor pencils to color it in. Then these are from Caroline's Craft Tree, the digital kit fall leaves. These are tickets, as you can see. So I just made that be a little embellishment for here. And then over on this side, I have the stamping as well. Love this stamp. And that I used oregano is the color. Love that color, which is, it's some off-brand I'd never heard of. I got at a thrift store somewhere. Another vellum, full image here of the vellum sheet from Caroline's Craft Tree. This is a poem from a book that is about, it's called Mist and All, and it is talking about fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. So orange is not my favorite color, as you may know. And if you watch any of my collage videos, orange is not my favorite color. But I do like orange mixed in with the other fall colors. I don't wear orange, but I don't decorate with orange, but I don't mind seeing it here and there. This is another Caroline's Craft Tree, using one of her journaling cards as a journaling spot here. And then I've used the fall leaves that is on each page of her kit to make this little tuck spot. And this is just a little piece of paper from one of the pages that I was cutting up. So I've used that in here just to have a little extra journaling spot. And then I have, these were fussy cuts that I decided I wouldn't fussy cut, but I would cut into circles and just make some circle journaling spots that they took right in here. So that's all here. I love the black cat. I had a black cat. He passed away in March this year, but I had a totally black cat. I have another cat that's black and white. we still have him, so we're glad of that. Then this is from that same 1 month planner, and it says, I am grateful for, and around this circle is 1 through 31. So on each day from the number, you can write down something you're grateful for. And that's why I did the sun ray on that, just to give it that sort of look. Another image from the coloring book that I got from the Dollar Tree. Little hedgehog here, he's so cute. And then here, this is a Project Life card that was cut like this. It was already cut out. So I have used it to make a little pocket page here. It's like this. See, how did I have it like that? Let's do it like that. And then this one goes in here. And there you are. Over here, this is another Caroline's Craft Tree image. Some stitching, and I left the threads. Faux stamps here. This is an actual real leaf from my yard, has been pressed. And I took the leaf and used my script stamp to stamp on the leaf. That turned out so cool. I really like that. So I have included that here. Image page printed on vellum here. Stamping here. And then I took, the stamp is this with these 3 little pieces. So I took, to make it look like the dandelion, this is a dandelion, to make it look like the dandelion was floating along, I just stamped just this part of it across the page a little bit. And then this is a stamp I have. It says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And that's a Helen Keller quote. A little collage pocket tuck spot over here. This is just a piece from the magazine, and it looked like fall to me. And this is another journaling spot from Caroline's Craft Tree. That tucks in there. Excuse me, journaling card. Just a little collage here. This is napkin, and this is a dragonfly punched from Art Scrap. Here we have a common cattail, and this is from the nature book, and this is what it says about that in here. This is something that came with Happy Mail or something, and it is a vellum weight, but it's not see-through, but it is a vellum weight sort of thing, and this is journaling, just for journaling, and it has a wax seal on it that is of a tree. So I have included that right there. And then in this, these feathers are cardstock feathers, and I bought a pack from Tuesday morning, I believe it was, so you know how long I've had those, because most of those are closed now. And I just have those on a piece of twine, using washers on both sides as a hole reinforcer. And just have those right there as an embellishment. And then on this side is just a little journaling spot. And then here, this is Caroline's Craft Tree on, of course, one of her background papers. And this is an index card with the letter F for fall. And I have that tucked right there. Then this is the back side of Caroline's, one of her pages. And then in here is a pocket. On the back is a library type pocket. This is images, part of one of the pages that I cut up. So I just cut out the leaves to put a little embellishment here. Then I put this pocket down, and this is a ticket, another one of the tickets from Caroline's kit. This is a metal pumpkin. This is the cream colored burlap that is on the background of the front. And then I also have some brown burlap. And then this is a letter button that has the letter F for fall. And inside there we have a blank library card, this little recipe for happiness with my information on the back. And that tucks right in there. And that is the end of this journal. So this was a design team project for Caroline's Craft Tree. You can find her under Caroline's Craft Tree on YouTube and on Etsy, and I will link those links below for you to go take a look at what she has. This will be listed in my Etsy shop for sale. And I'd love to know what you think about it. So give me a comment and let me know what you think. And if you like my videos and like what I do, then subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you will get notifications of other videos that I do. And so next, I'm not sure, I think I'll be doing a Halloween journal next. I don't know that it'll be a design team project, but I'm going to do a Halloween journal. So anyway, again, this was a design team project with the fall leaves kit from Caroline Craft Tree. You can find that in my Etsy shop, and I'll have her information linked in the description box. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.